try and sit in on a chair for a change. This is usually the part where I state the obvious by telling you what this video is when you clearly already know because you read the title. So before I get on with today's review, I kindly ask that if you feel compelled to give this video a dislike, then please leave a comment below telling me what you disliked about it. If it's something constructive, then I would love to know. I can't improve on things unless I know what needs improving, and if you dislike it because you don't like my opinion, then you're shit out of luck, because that's not going to change. And disliking a video because I gave an opinion in what is clearly advertised as a video where I give my opinion is just wasting both our time. Having said that, let's get on with the review. Mission Impossible Fallout is a 2018 American action spy film written, produced, and directed by Christopher McQuarrie. It is the 6th installment in the Mission Impossible film series, and in it sees Ethan Hunt and his team tracking down stolen plutonium while being monitored by a CIA agent after a mission goes awry. Tom Cruise is the king of action movies, and one crazy son of a bitch. I am not sure whether I should be applauding and praising him or calling to have him committed, because the man is nuts. I have never cringed so much while watching a movie, and it's all because the audience is entirely aware of Cruise doing his own stunts. He does this for the audience so they can have a better experience and to make the movie better, and I get this logic. I cannot count the number of movies where I am watching the editing trying to hide how they switch the actor for the stunt double and vice versa, and 90% of the time it is very noticeable. So watching Cruise do his own stuff means the camera can remain focused on him at all times in a way that isn't in other movies, which in turn makes watching a more exhilarating experience. From Cruise breaking his ankle to the bathroom scene to the helicopter, when you know how much work went into this movie, it makes you more appreciative. And on top of that, when you see the actors looking exhausted or in pain during those scenes, I'm 100% convinced they were not acting. They were putting their bodies through hell, and that pain was real and all over their faces. I just want to go and hug every single one of them and offer them free massages, because I am a licensed massage therapist and these people look like they need it. Hell, I need it just from watching them. I felt exhausted and tense for them. Watching Tom Cruise do all that running had me out of breath. The action sequences in this film, along with stunt choreography and cinematography, are, to put it in layman's terms, bomb. The way the camera follows Cruise through a sequence and never leaves him pulls you in and keeps you laser focused on him, which then allows you to pay close attention to the choreography that goes into the fights. The cinematography is stunning and breathtaking, and a bunch of other adjectives. The way it enhances each backdrop and showcases all of the locations in this movie is just incredible. Sometimes a film is set in a specific place, but aside from seeing a single monument that identifies that this is that place, they never really make those locations shine. But in this, each location used, whether it be land, sea, or sky, jumps out at you. This movie does better travel promotion than most travel brochures. The Mission Impossible movies, aside from the first one, are big on making their reveals shocking. From movies 2 to 6, you always know early on who the bad guy is. It's never shocking or surprising, but to make up for that, the movies do at least make the reveals fun and exciting, and do make them dramatic enough to forgive the fact it's not surprising. What I love about these movies is that there are some movies we go into and criticize the effects or action of being too over the top, but when it comes to Mission Impossible, we specifically go to watch these movies because we want and expect over-the-top action, and it never fails to deliver what it promises. It steps up its game every time, and it's just awesome to witness as a viewer. I think all our actors did a tremendous job. Some people told me beforehand they thought Henry Cavill sucked. I disagree. I loved watching him in this and found it hilarious to hear him swear. Every time he did it, it completely took me by surprise. I'm so used to seeing him as this respectable and decent Superman who can send you flying with the flick of a finger. And even in the real life, he still seems very modest, and here he is going all out, beating the crap out of people and swearing like crazy. It was bizarre to watch because his actions say, whoa, what a badass, but his demeanor still has him appearing charming, and it's such a mindfuck that I enjoyed it because it's not what I'm used to. It's great when you get to see actors do something different to what you're used to, and I think he was inserted into what is already a firmly established series very well. Alec Baldwin may not be in it for very long, but he does get a chance to have fun and show he's got some skills too, which was a lot of fun. Michelle Monaghan returns, and I love what they gave her character. She gets to be more than just a bystander or a pawn or victim, which is excellent. I love that she still gives Ethan such an emotional storyline, and it's not your typical one. It was lovely to watch two people depicted as having such a deep love and respect for each other, and because of that respect, choosing not to be together. But despite that, the love is still there and very strong, and it's so pure that they only want the best and happiness for each other. So when they see the other happy, it adds to their own happiness. It was such a beautiful and, for me, powerful addition to the story. It's great seeing old characters return and new ones included. I didn't particularly love Angela Bassett's character of CIA Director Erica Sloan. The role is so full of herself and sees herself as so infallible, and all it does is fuck her over again and again. Her character at times feels wasted, but on the bright side, I do love that we see male and female actors on such an even playing field in this movie. Everyone gets a chance to be the hero and everyone gets a chance to be the victim, making it all very well balanced, so I don't think anyone could go around screaming gender inequality after seeing this movie. I do have some cons, unfortunately. I did at times feel the action sequences did go on for too long. Sometimes they seem to be never ending, and as incredibly shot as they were, I can only watch someone running or driving for so long before I lose interest. If they had just shortened those moments or changed up the scenes quicker, I would have found myself staying focused more. I also feel as though out of all the Mission Impossible movies, Fallout has the least amount of dialogue. It seems as though all the other films had a great deal of dialogue to keep the audience intrigued and following the storyline, but this one seems to have more action and less dialogue, which again means there is less to hold my attention when the scenes drag on. I would have liked to hear communication or more strategy talk amongst our cast. It would have added more to the movie and more to the overall plot, so without it, it just felt a tad lacking. Mission Impossible is one of the few film series that gets better with each installment. That is a very rare accomplishment for any franchise to make. I was expecting, or at least hoping, that Fallout would be my new favourite of this series, but it just doesn't quite make the cut, instead earning itself second place for me in this series. That is of course not to say this film isn't fantastic, because it is indeed fantastic in so many ways, but when every single film is amazing, the lines you must draw or how you must pick it apart to determine where it stands amongst the others becomes harder and more specific. The film is incredible, the work behind it is incredible, the performances are incredible, and Tom Cruise is spectacular in every single way. Cruise is the postman of action movies because that man delivers. Thank you so much for watching and or listening to me. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. I am going to get out of here and pretend I have something better to do, which I don't, so see ya!
You can't fight the friction.